What's up everyone, John Rettinger from Techno Buffalo here, and I want to give you a hardware overview of the HTC Hero. I don't generally do hardware overviews of devices, but I got a lot of requests from people who are interested about this. Since it's not released in the US, most people don't know that much about it. Let's go ahead and get started. First thing size-wise, it's 4.41 inches, so down, by 2.21 across, by 0.56. And you'll also notice that there's a, as I said in my unboxing, a Jay Leno-esque chin on this bad boy. Moving on, we've got a 1350 milliamp hour battery, which unfortunately I can't test to its full capacity because this doesn't have US 3G on it. So just using edge speed, the battery is going to be fantastic. It's got a 320 by 480 pixel resolution on the display on its 3.2 inch size-wise. So it actually has the same resolution as the iPhone. It looks fantastic on it. It's got a 5 megapixel autofocus camera on the back with camcorder capabilities, which is quite nice. Oh, there is no self-portrait mirror. So moving on with the specs, this thing can handle a ton of multimedia, including MPEG-4, H.263, H.264, MP3, AAC, AAC+, WMA, WAV. It's got a micro SD card slot, which is hidden underneath the back panel here. You got to take off the battery and slide in the mini SD card, micro SD card rather. But unfortunately, I'll show you, you do not have to remove the battery. Taking off the back cover is kind of a pain. You got to pop it up with your finger and take a nail if you have one and sort of slide it down to pop it up. And then pop it up on the other side. And then your micro SD card slot just goes right in there. You can see the battery and the SIM card is right underneath. Although as hard as it is to get the battery off, it's just as easy to put it back on. So I'll keep going through some of the specs on the device. It is of course running Android. It's got the Qualcomm 528 MHz processor, the same one that you'll find in the Touch Diamond 2. It's got 288 megabytes of RAM and 512 megabytes of ROM. It's got a full HTML browser, and in a later video I'll give you a demonstration of the browser capabilities, and I'll even do a head-to-head comparison against the iPhone. This browser, however, does have full flash capabilities, meaning you can play YouTube videos right from within the browser, just like you would on a normal website, and you can access a ton of other flash content as well. As I said before, it's got mini USB, 802.11b and G, it's got Bluetooth 2.0 with stereo streaming. It's got a lot of connectivity options. Now the actual hardware on the device, it's got a send key, the typical Android keys that you'll find on most devices, the send key, the home button, a menu button, and a call end or power button. It's got a pretty useful trackball. It's got a search, which brings up a universal search or Google search, and a back button. On the side, and I looked at this the first time, I actually didn't think it had a volume rocker, but if you can see it, it looks like one piece. That actually is a volume rocker up and down. Very traditional like you would find on most phones. It just doesn't look like it. It's got your speaker up front on each side. It's got two LED indicators, one for charging, one to let you know when you have new messages. So the charging is on the left, new messages will blink on the right. It's got HTC's proprietary mini USB port, but that will charge and work with any mini USB accessories. So that is actually quite nice. On the right side of the device, you've got nothing. Snap the case back on. It's got this sort of metal accents on the side. It definitely gives it a nice look and feel. And on top, you've got that coveted 3.5 millimeter headset jack. And as I showed you on the back, it's got the 5 megapixel camera. On this, you'll notice that nowhere does it say with Google, even though this is running Google's Android operating system. So that means you get a custom build of Android right out of the box, and you get this Sense UI, which is a new skin on top of the Android operating system. And I'll do a full demonstration of the Sense UI in an upcoming video as well. So the phone overall does have a very nice feel to it. It's got just enough weight to feel substantial, but not enough to feel heavy. It's got a capacitive touchscreen, so it's the same touchscreen you'll find on the iPhone, the G1, and the BlackBerry Storm. So no stylus here, so it does feel like a solid piece of glass. And the touchscreen does seem to be very responsive. Overall, in my just day with the device, I really like the way it feels. It's got a Teflon coating on the back. Sort of feels like the soft touch that you find on some Windows mobile phones, but not quite as soft touchy. but it doesn't feel like it's going to go sliding out of your hands. It definitely feels like it's going to stick in there. Overall, the hardware feels great and seems to be quite responsive. One of the knocks on the device has been that the processor speed is a little bit on the slow side, but I'll talk about that more in an upcoming video. So just a quick hardware overview of the HTC Hero. Hope you enjoyed. For exclusive content, be sure to follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/John4Lakers. And to learn more about TechnoBuffalo, check out technobuffalo.com. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.